What's that?
Oh my
Is this a
god.
GTA?
Oh shit! Here we go again. Here we go again. There it is.
Oh my god.
It's a GTA.
Oh! Dead. Charger.
Oh. No, no, no. Oh, thank you. Oh god, that was so too close. Holy shit.
Oh, wait. Ma'am, no! No, 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 no! 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 You don't have to do that! Ma'am, you don't have to do that! You don't have to do that! Why did you redeem it? Why did you redeem it? Why did you do it? Ma'am, why did you do this? Hello?
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
Can I get a heal,
I don't
actually?
think we have food. No, we don't have food.
You don't have food? You freaked me so high! You did more damage than heal! Bro.
Let me look up.
What the hell was that? I don't know what happened. But it's hello everybody. Hope you're all doing well. We're back. And today, well actually like to give you guys the full story. Wait, actually let me switch scenes before I do that. On why we're suddenly having a FNAF lore video. I don't know. What's this called? Like watch along? Is it a watch along? It's not a watch along, is it? I guess it is. Technically, it's a watch along. I guess the event reaction video or reaction stream. Oh, whatever people call it. Yeah, lore along. Hada. Yeah, I still don't have a just chatting scene. But yeah. So as most of you may know, the FNAF, like the second movie of FNAF came out like recently, and we wanna watch. Well, I wanna watch along with the others, the two movies, the first one and the second one. So far, from what Elle and the others that has watched it describes it, is that it's a good movie for those FNAF fans, or basically the ones that have watched the lore videos, or theory videos. So we're gonna before watching the movies, we're gonna watch a few of them. I don't know how many there are. I think there's so many of them. At this point, especially with that one guy, Matt Pat. Although I looked at the playlist and I don't know if is this Matt Pat. Wait, let me put it up on the screen. Chrome. No Chrome anywhere. Fuck. Browser. No. Window. Is it window? Window capture Chrome. Which one? Which one is it? Nope, not that one. Okay, joining. Okay. Oh wait, no. I'll put on Opera. Wait, I need to undeafen. There we go. Hello.
Cheese for everyone!
Cheese for everyone. How you doing?
I might not be able to talk too loud because there's somebody sleeping in the. Oh my god! I just heard my voice up close.
It's a bit close. It's yeah.
It's true. Hello, everyone. You ready
Oh my
for the
God.
watch along?
Ooh, getting some ASMR. Never mind. Look the FNAF floor videos.
But yeah, there's
Ah,
somebody
joking.
sleeping in my parents' lounge room, and I'm not that far away from it, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
low.
It'll be fine. We're just gonna watch some videos anyway.
Yeah, who was this Matt Pat?
Seems like a YouTuber who makes a lot of FNAF theories, and the people likes
only
his
FNAF.
theories. I'm not sure. I think he's known for FNAF. I haven't really looked him up. I haven't played any FNAF games at all. Okay. How do I set myself? I'm gonna set myself on the right. I'm gonna move the Fugi on the right as well.
Oh yeah, advertisement. Where are you? Where is it?
Ads.
It's a Fugi. No, advertisement for you.
For me?
Bam.
Why? Oh. Oh my god, it's so cute. I wonder who made that. That's so
No wonder you
crazy.
made that.
Oh my god. For those who doesn't know, the reason why this is advertisement is because I basically accept commissions on making these animated Discord Fugi reactives.
Yes,
I don't have
commissioned
a
evade. Wink.
wink wink. We are having like a sale right now, so it's like 50% off. You can get one for like $10 each. From the usual 20 bucks, 20 buckaroos. But yeah, I don't have a VGen command yet.
$10 each line.
Inch line.
Each line.
Oh, each line, yes, true.
And then an extra $5 for colours. Each colour that you use.
For each color. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Animation inflation coming in. You know what? I'm too lazy to grab my VGen link. It's whatever. Wait, I wanna minimize the bottom part of the thingy. Oh, and also I should Discord.
Yeah, share
screen
the
share.
thing.
There we go. Wait, I should full screen. True. You're so right.
Watch. Alright, how many tabs do you have open? Ah, damn, I didn't see him.
Don't worry about it. Probably less than usual. Okay. That
I'd
should be good. Or should I minimize it on the stream? Wait, no, I should minimize the chat. I'll eat and join y'all's. Okay. Take your time. Chat overlay.
Oh, God.
Minimize.
I am full from dinner.
What you eat?
A lot of food. Roast
Ooh.
chicken, pickled pork, ham, potato salad, egg
Pickled
salad.
pork. Ooh.
Yeah. It's pretty much just boiled pork.
Ah. Sounds
With,
tasty.
That's been pickled. I guess been pickled.
Mmm.
However that works. I think.
I think I can imagine it, yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah, I
been
can see
pumped
what
with
you mean.
something. So they pump a liquid into the pork
Oh.
and then like a flavoring. And then
I wonder what the flavor is.
anything, really.
Oh.
Pork flavor. More pork flavor.
Pork.
I
and
pickled your
inside
pork. With
you
what
get
flavor?
More pork.
Pork.
I guess that would be kind of weird if it's like pork and then you have like, I don't know, fish flavor inside.
Ew.
That does sound kind of
Ew.
ew.
Ew. that. Ew.
I'm just imagining it. Oh. It is ew.
Ew.
Very ew valid.
God.
Alrighty, do you hear this?
Might help if I did unmute. Yes, I do hear it. Oh my God, that's my pad.
Do you hear it?
Oh my God, I haven't heard him in. Yes.
Okay. I haven't been paying attention. Alright, let's start.
Today we.
Sheesh. Okay. So is this MatPat? I actually have no idea.
Yes, that is.
Wait, no, is it?
That is
wait,
MatPat.
Wait, is it being heard on
07 to
stream?
MatPat. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Stream muted.
Let me double check. Properties. Capture audio.
You might want to turn me down a little bit here too, since I'm close to the mic.
Okay. Just a tiny bit. How do I get to the advanced? There we go. Opera monitor and output. Alright, there we go. It should work now.
Jealousy and law.
Oh my god, wait, no, output only. Output only. Output only. LOL.
Hello.
I'm hearing double. How do I make it output only? Monitor off.
Back together.
Oh, okay, there we go. That should be her.
Oh, you
I
had the
think that's
monitoring
what it
on.
is. Yeah. Okay, how long did it take?
Today we end the torment. 19 books,
19
11
books,
games,
11
8
games.
whole
8
years, all leading to this
Right now,
moment.
guys.
The
That's
ultimate
right.
FNAF
11
timeline
games,
is
Jesus.
finally complete. The pieces are in place for us. Now all we have to do is put this story of tragedy, jealousy, and loss back together.
Okay.
I miss him.
Hello, Internet!
Oh, so this is
Yes,
MatPat.
07. Yes, that is MatPat.
I see. So this is channel?
Hello, Internet.
The Game Theorist?
Game Theorist. It's the Game Theorist is still going, but it's not MatPat.
Oh, that's sad. It's been taken over by someone else?
Mm-hmm.
I see. 07.
Welcome to
Not like he's dead, but...
Well,
07.
he stopped doing stuff. That's about it.
Like YouTube stuff. I see.
Yeah, I think.
I see. Understandable. Alright.
The Game Theory, the show that feels like a kid revealing the class project that he's been working on all year. Except here, it's the class project that I've been working on for the past decade of my life. This one is big, my friends, and I gotta admit, kinda nervous. I haven't attempted a timeline video on this franchise since 2018. Back in the days when Mike was the crying child, Afton coming back was actually a surprise, and Fazgoo wasn't a phrase I'd ever thought I'd have to utter. But since the last time I did something like this, we've had 3 more massive games, the death and revival of the FNAF movie, and more robot kids than you can shake a staff bot at. It is exhausting trying to keep track of this whole franchise, which honestly is why I'm here today. The lore at this point is complicated. It is full of speculation and theory, so to hopefully make it a little easier for everyone and to give us all a baseline to talk about this franchise moving forward into the future, it's time to reveal my current working FNAF timeline. But just before I do, I just want to explain a couple of things. First, this timeline is massive. Seriously, it is huge. This thing towers over any video project we have ever done on the channel. But when you look at the totality of this franchise, the story of FNAF really boils down to the story of one man, William Afton. His successes, his failures, his rise to becoming co-owner of one of the most successful restaurant franchises in the world, and his eventual fall to the monsters he helped create, only to then
Pikachu shocks him and he's dead. And then pretty much Pikachu's shock brings him back to life. And then
what?
He's like just living dead. That's what people are going on about.
Hi, Kuro. Oh my god, is that my boy, Matt Pat? It is.
Yes, it is.
Be
I don't know. I don't know if this is the last video or not. Welcome in.
No.
Okay.
born in a new digital form later. That's why I've decided to split this timeline into 3 main chunks. The foundation of Freddy's, how the business started and how it came into being, the Afton era, William's decades-long murder spree, and post-Purple Guy. Basically modern FNAF.
Wait, who's Afton? Is that like...
Shh. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Keep watching.
Okay,
Keep watching.
okay. Have you watched this before, Kuro?
Thing that happens after the pizzeria simulator fire. And because there are lots of new big revelations in this thing that seemingly come out of nowhere, as well as just points I want to talk about further, I decided to dedicate one episode to each chunk. I originally wanted it to be one seamless, continuous video, but it just felt incomplete without some sort of explanation at the end of each one. Once this whole thing's done, I promise I'm going to merge all the narrative bits into one massive video so you can just skip my explanations. But for now, this just felt like the best, most satisfying, most complete way to do this. That being said, this is still about the story, the broad strokes of the franchise. So in order to make sure that you guys know that I'm not just pulling answers out of thin air, not only am I discussing some of the more controversial bits at the end of each chunk, we're also putting in a handy little graphic in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, which will show thumbnails, video titles, books, and any other citations that we need throughout the video. So if you wish to understand that specific statement in more detail, you know exactly where we've taken it from. That way you can look into those details for yourself. So sit back, grab some popcorn or your pitchforks if you're the type to get upset when I say something controversial, and make sure that you subscribe, since this is going to be a video that you're going to want to come back to a few times in order to fully dissect. Without any more waiting, I present to you the story of a loving, obsessive father who slowly...
Wait, sorry. Pause. Is the audio okay? On stream. I think I'll have to turn it down a bit. We're gonna turn it down a wee.
Oh yeah, you turn it down a little bit, yeah.
Like maybe 7.
Nothing goes wrong with a loving, obsessive father.
Damn. It's better than being left behind. Or I don't know. I think both are bad. Never mind. Don't quote me on that.
I like that caption there, slowly descending into madness, and along the way discovers the secret to eternal life.
Also gonna turn it down a bit.
Descended into madness, and along the way discovered the secret to eternal life. Our story begins not in the 1980s, or even in the 1970s, but all the way back in the 1930s. It was the throes of the Great Depression, and people were in desperate need of cheap entertainment, especially in Utah, one of the states hit hardest, 4th highest unemployment in the nation, and full of transients. People looking for work in Salt Lake, finding none, and ultimately moving on to find their fortunes out in California. People were tired, they were hungry, but as they traveled, there was one thing that could lift their spirits. A simple roadside attraction called Fredbear's Singin' Show. The ads were plastered all over town, featuring an animated bear drawn in the popular pie-eyed cartoon style for characters at the time. He resembled cartoons like Mickey Mouse, Felix the Cat, Betty Boop. It immediately said that this, Fredbear's, was a place where you could bring the family. And the price, honestly, couldn't be beat. For 50 cents, you could get food and entertainment as you watched the local trained real-life dancing bear perform on stage. Normally, you only got to see dancing bears at large traveling circuses like Barnum and Bailey, where the tickets would go for about $1. That's $1 without food. But this was a smaller show, like the type from the Von Brothers or the Robbins Brothers, where tickets would sell for just a mere 50 cents. Watching that bear do tricks on stage brought a glimmer of joy at a time when so much was wrong with the world. The simple show would go on for years, bringing happiness to hundreds of travelers passing through looking for a quick meal. But it left a permanent impression on one little boy, capturing his imagination in a way that nothing else had. One little boy named Billy. That was his nickname at least, but his parents liked to call him William. William. The bear could dance, it could sing. For decades, William dreamed of recreating that moment of bringing a musical bear to life, but how? William was smart, without a doubt, and he had a keen mind for business, but he wasn't the most creative. How do you make a singing, dancing bear come to life? The best he could do was using rudimentary costumes. William was inspired by the work of Walt Disney, who throughout the 50s and 60s was pioneering the use of mascot suits throughout his theme park. The big innovation? Suits with 5 fingers. This allowed the performers wearing the suits to use their natural arms and hands to interact with the guests, as opposed to the older models where the arms would just
what they're basically popular for.
With a simple mascot suit, he would be able to realize his childhood dream. He would be able to bring Fredbear to life. To appeal to the kids, and for copyright reasons, he changed Fredbear from a realistic brown animal to a cartoonish yellow bear with a purple hat and bow tie. But feeling like one character wasn't enough, he added another friend, a yellow rabbit with a purple vest and matching tie named Bonnie the Bunny. While Fredbear was certainly his first love, Bonnie was extra special because that was his. It was an original character that he had created from scratch. And I do mean scratch. William's hand-sewn costumes were rough.
The furry's crazy.
Showing, but it was the best that he could do. And you know what? It was just enough. Bonnie and Fredbear would perform on stage to small but enthusiastic crowds. Finally, he was able to deliver fantasy and fun to all the kids, delighting and inspiring them in the exact way that he had been delighted and inspired so many years.
Wait, these are outfits, right?
Yeah.
Suits. It didn't say who's wearing them, right?
I'm guessing Afton's wearing the bunny outfit.
Wonder who's wearing the second one.
Years ago, and things could have ended there. That could have been the end to his story. It could have been perfect had it not been for one thing. Other people saw the success of his idea, and they wanted in. Enter Chica's Party World, a rival restaurant starring performing animal characters. His idea, except they did it better. William may have been the first, but obviously he wasn't the best. It hurt the prideful William Afton to admit it, but this restaurant was able to do the thing that he always wanted to do. Make the animals actually come to life. All of the performers in this restaurant were robots, simple metal skeletons that were powered by battery packs, but all of them able to freely turn and talk and dance on their own, no human required. It was like magic that came from the mind of a brilliant creator named Henry Emily. This Henry, in some small way, had been able to harness the power of life itself. Afton admired him. He was jealous, to be sure, but he also looked upon this man with awe. Off to one side of Chica's Party World was a small cabaret stage featuring an elephant magician. On the other, a hippo known to ramble on and on. That one was more of a joke for the parents, but it was the main stage that was for the kids. A rocking band of characters featuring a yellow chicken thing with a southern drawl named Chica, backed by a band of other country-themed characters, including a pig with a banjo, an upbeat frog from the local swimming hole, and a brown bear with a heavy southern accent. Wait. A bear? But bears were his animals. Why not a cow or a horse? Something to fit the country theme a bit better. Why did it have to be a bear? And adding insult to injury, they had the nerve to call this thing Ned Bear, a direct copy of his own Fredbear.
Whoops, that's gonna leave a mark.
No, that was not okay. Afton's jealous admiration turned to hardened bitterness. A bitterness that would only grow over the next couple of years as families continued to choose Chica's Party World over Fredbear's. William just couldn't compete with the appeal of the robots. Eventually, his restaurant would go bankrupt, only to get bailed out by, of course, Henry Emily. Another insult, another humiliation that William wouldn't soon forget. 1979. Despite being bitter, Afton couldn't deny that what came next was a period of massive success and expansion. With the two franchises now merged into one, it was the best of both worlds. Afton's ideas with Henry's robotic expertise. The two men decided to launch under a new name.
Wait, I thought he hated him. I thought Afton hated Henry.
He admired but hated it. There's a
I
love
guess
hate.
it's true. I just love and hate, yeah. Man.
Fredbear's
Honestly, yeah, after like talking a bit, collabing with your like rival or something would rake in more money.
Family Diner, a pizza chain that would eventually come to feature a mix of humans in performing suits as well as on-stage animatronics. They decided to stick with Fredbear as the headliner, considering the yellow bear was easily identifiable as a brand and because he was the original performing animal mascot.
Okay.
Shouldn't have had a
This
soft
new
drink.
restaurant would also see a mix of characters as the two franchises merged into one, with Pig Patch and Happy Frog performing right alongside Fredbear and Bonnie. And as part of this one big Fredbear family, they even got themselves official merch that were released, ranging from masks to magnets.
The crap
Oh,
Mr.
masks?
Hippo fridge magnet?
That said, not all the characters were winners. The reception to some characters was just mediocre. So they faded away into the dumpster, storage units, and retro budget tech stores of lost nostalgia, waiting for their chance to step back into the limelight if and when a headliner went out of commission. Others, though, would fare much better, like a new Pirate Fox, as well as a blue guitar-playing variant of the yellow Bonnie Bunny. Ultimately, the franchise would get so big, it would spawn its own cartoon show, Fredbear and Friends. Business was booming. In the end, Fredbear and Bonnie's popularity would be so strong that they would be able to support the Fredbear's Family Diner franchise all on their own, while also spinning off a new sister location dedicated to their friends. In 1983, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza launched, giving a dedicated home to all this new supporting cast of characters. Chica the Chicken, Bonnie the Blue Bunny, Foxy the Pirate, and of course the headliner
that's
of Brown
Bonnie.
Freddy Fazbear. Business was
Bonnie became
good,
blue.
and Afton was happy, mostly. It did bother him that the one original character that he created, the one that he himself played, Golden Bonnie, got passed over for inclusion in that cartoon show. The only character in the roster of regulars to get ignored for the show, but other than that, things were going smoothly. He had himself a wife, 2 sons, a daughter, he had a thriving business, and best of all, he was able to learn the craft of robotics from the man that he both loved and hated, Henry. Together, they were constantly pushing the limits of what these characters could do. Because it was quick and easy, new characters introduced into the roster would be given a simple hand-sewn suit with 5 fingers that any performer could wear. Eventually, Henry would design one of his signature animatronics for that character, utilizing a divided mouth with either a hinged or sliding jaw design. This was the first generation of animatronics. But why stop there? Afton had big ideas. What if the animatronics weren't just locked to the stage, but could freely roam the restaurant and interact with the kids? What if his mascot suits could become animatronics? What if you could use more than just rigid metallic skeletons? Why not experiment with tubes and wires that would give the animatronics fluidity and flexibility while still providing structure? The possibilities for this technology were endless. Afton fell in love with robotics. He had started with a dream of bringing one simple singing bear to life, but with robots, he had stumbled across the
it's gonna be
tools that
creepy
gave
at
him the
first,
ability to control life
but the
itself.
idea
And thanks to Henry, he
makes
was
sense.
practically speedrunning his way to an engineering degree. And while William wouldn't admit it out loud, one other thing that kept pushing him forward was the desire to beat his former rival, to prove himself smarter and more capable, to surpass the man who everyone else considered to be a visionary genius. But pride cometh before the fall, and tragedy was about to strike. Okay, so that brings us to the end of part 1 of the story. That said, at the end of each of these chunks, I want to break down some of the logical leaps that I made, since the more
it's been 20
narrative
minutes?
format
Oh,
doesn't
no.
give me much of a chance
Oh, it's
to
like halfway.
justify a lot of the big decisions. And admittedly, there are some large leaps in here. Let's just start off with Fredbear's Singin' Show, shall we? We know, based on the retro poster that was hidden in Security Breach, that at least at one point, Fredbear was an actual bear. And like I called out in that narrative segment, dancing bear shows were a real form of entertainment. The only problem is that, timing-wise, none of our main characters would be the people in charge of that business in the 30s and a series of pizza restaurants in the 80s without them just being extremely old. Best case scenario, if Afton's running the Singin' Show when he's 18, that still puts him at nearly 70 when the first pizzeria opens and his murder spree begins. That just doesn't make a lot of logical sense, because he doesn't become immortal until his first death in Springtrap. That's why I suspect that Fredbear's Singin' Show was either a family business that Afton then carried on to a new generation, or something that he saw as a kid and just wanted to recreate when he grew up. The Fredbear Singin' Show thing also starts laying the groundwork for some of the core elements of the story, that Freddy's was a place of fantasy and fun, and that Afton, despite eventually falling to become the heartless serial killer and mad scientist that we know him as, began as someone with good intentions and a love of entertaining kids. He wanted to bring things to life from the very beginning, a theme that recurs a lot for him throughout the rest of the franchise. Next up, let's talk about those mascot costumes. One thing that that I
Oh,
keep
God.
going back to is the design of Glitch Trap. It's a handcrafted suit. You can see the seams and everything. It even has 5 fingers for the performer's hands. It is very much not a Springtrap suit. This is something much more rudimentary. It came at a time before animatronics were a part of the story. That's why I suspect that it was actually the first, predating literally everything. It's also a suit that is very personal to Afton. He put his digital consciousness in that form. It's his personal avatar. It's the way that he sees himself. There's also a whole separate discussion to be had here about the habits and rituals of serial killers. So the fact that he's choosing to lure kids and kill them in this particular suit actually says a lot about his emotional attachment to it.
I'm sorry, I did what? He lured kids? What? I didn't catch that. Did I miss a part?
No, you didn't.
No,
You didn't miss
is that
it.
the first? What?
No,
That's what happens in the
kind
game?
of jumping a bit forwards. He hadn't said anything about killing any kids yet.
Oh. What the fuck? I was like, oh, this is a cool dude. And then I'm like, what? He kills kids?
No,
What?
he's not.
I'm like, what? I was like, did I skip some part? Something? What the heck? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I guess this is supposed to be like after you've played the games. I'm guessing.
I mean, you don't really. It doesn't really tell you the game's the lore and that.
No, it doesn't.
Unless you like dig, which is
But
what
I guess
Matt
the
Pat
game,
did.
the game is just showing like that bunny like killing.
It's gathered from all the books and secrets in the game.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to BRB real quick. Something came up. A BRB.
You better be sorry.
Yeah. So. So. I've got to talk softly because there's somebody sleeping in the parents' lounge room.
Yeah, I think I heard that. Ouch.
Oh, softly, but not burp softly. How has been Christmas Eve?
It's fine. We got a lot of food here. I don't think I'm gonna be eating that much. It's way too much food.
Yeah, we had a lot of food here too. It seems to be that because my parents, well, a lot of my family's sort of descended from coming from Germany, that we have the tradition of celebrating Christmas Eve with a big dinner and opening presents. And then have like Christmas Day lunch and that.
Oh, I see.
Because, yeah, that's always been a thing. And whenever I've said to people, it's just like, no, we don't do that. We don't do anything on Christmas Eve. What? Also, it's been raining all day today, too. So it's been a rainy Christmas.
Melted snow.
With close to snow, if it was melted. But, yeah.
Yes.
Just not cold. Very humid.
Yeah, the only drawback.
I got a rice cooker. I can cook rice properly.
Finally.
As a Christmas gift. Yeah.
Gotta make those Asian meals.
Mm-hmm. Well, I always hated cooking rice in a pot because it always
Honestly, like my dumbass thought, like having a rice cooker was like the normal thing for people. Like, yeah, if you want to cook rice, get a rice cooker. Duh. It's so obvious. Like, no, okay, that's not that's not a thing for everyone.
Yeah, I actually saw that, Kitty. You could cook everything in a rice cooker. Like, put like a stock in it with the rice and a chicken stock and put chicken thighs and
Oh
that in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Can't wait to do that. What did my phone just do? Oh, upcoming event? What is this upcoming event?
Christmas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that, Kitty. Definitely. Oh, when I said Christmas, it just reminded me of that stupid animation. Christmas.
Who's the old lady?
Yeah.
Ah. I'm bad.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. Rice cooker.
Yeah, you will be. Yes, I got the rice cooker.
Oh, nice.
Oh, do
Is
you know
it-
what? Let's do this.
Do what?
Oh, continue.
What's he doing? Continue.
Continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bear seems to have started as someone else's creation, Golden Bonnie was uniquely Williams, giving him a personal connection. And that's not all. In this whole
That makes
franchise,
sense.
only one set of characters have themselves 5 fingers, the Nightmares. Even Golden Freddy, Fredbear, was a 5-fingered wearable suit at one point in the story, as we see in this shot from the graphic novel, before he, like everyone else, was turned into an animatronic. This seems to imply that all of the main characters had similar wearable mascot outfits at least at one point in time, and that whoever is having the FNAF 4 Nightmares, if they even are nightmares, something that we'll touch on in part 2, saw those mascot suits specifically. Lastly, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. The literal elephant, Orville Elephant, as well as the rest of the mediocre
Oh, what happened to
melodies.
him?
For a while now, I've suspected that the mediocre melodies played a much more important role in the story than just being a bunch more animatronics to fill out the roster. Especially, so it just has
Evade.
to be him. I don't think Henry's doing this.
Yeah, Vade.
Oh,
Your
did it?
internet died.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Is it back?
Oh, you're back now, yes.
I was just
thought my internet
watching
was
the
dying.
video. Is stream back? Oh, I think stream is back. Sorry. I'll
Yeah.
make it go back
Backtrack
up.
a little bit.
What the hell? Oh. Just got a gift.
What?
Oh. Thank you, Wallace. Then just gifted me Resident Evil. What's the very first one?
I thought you were gonna give them FNAF.
That would fit the
I
timing
sent you
really well.
something too, L.
What?
We're back.
I said I sent you something too, L.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Wait, how far back did I disconnect? I actually don't know.
Elephant, yeah.
This part?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I guess we're gonna be playing Stalker co-op.
Since you got Stalker 2, which I was going to get
Ah, sick.
I didn't know that. I got impatient.
Orville? Okay.
Rural Elephant, Orville Elephant, as well as the rest of the mediocre melodies. For a while now, I've suspected that the mediocre melodies played a much more important role in the story than just being a bunch more animatronics.
I need to
fill
keep
out
an
the
eye on
roster,
my
especially
internet.
Nedbear, which is
I think
just
it's gonna
so
do that a few
suspiciously
more
close
times.
to Fredbear. And yet, there are 2 key details that we're going to have to justify with any mediocre melodies mentioned. One, they're very rudimentary with external battery packs, implying that they come very early in the timeline. And 2, we know that at minimum, Mr. Hippo does eventually become an official member of the extended Freddyverse. But if these things are supposed to be cheap, generic rip-offs, why would you be trying to rip off yourself? You wouldn't. You would be stealing someone else's ideas. So if Afton created Fredbear, there would have to be some rival franchise. The only other person who would likely be ripping him off? Henry. We've talked extensively about how the mediocre melodies are clearly Henry's design aesthetic. So it just has to be him.
Wait, wait, what? I don't get it. Was it that the main idea? That Henry is technically ripping him off? Wait, I thought that was like the idea.
It is. It is.
It is.
Yeah, like even from earlier, that's like what I thought about it. With like the other
But I
franchise.
think
What does
isn't
he
it
mean by this?
Afton became more prevalent in the partnership and kind of took over more.
I don't think Henry's doing this maliciously.
Maybe I'll get to it.
Maybe.
He doesn't strike
Continue.
me as the type. He was likely building the robots at the orders of someone else that was running a rival restaurant franchise. But that's enough motivation to start Afton down a path of jealous rivalry, but also begrudging admiration. As the Freddy Files Ultimate Edition says, it's important to revisit the beginning of Henry and William's relationship, so here you go. I think this is where it begins. Also, this is future Matt
Freddy
Pat here coming
Files.
back to add this one in. Seems like the recently released character encyclopedia has backed up all of this speculation. I've had this timeline written for about a month now, but I've also been holding off a bit to see what
Well, the
wrenches this
creator
character
just watched
encyclopedia
Matt
might
Pat's
throw into it.
speculation
And
and just
particular
went,
point, I
yep,
gotta say,
that's it.
It seems like we might actually have
Put
nailed
everything
it.
in the
They actively
encyclopedia.
call out the suspicious similarities to the main Fredbear crew. Quote from one of the pages: Ned Bear looks like an imitation, altered just enough to avoid copyright issues. I don't know about you, but that seems to imply that we were right on the
Ned
money.
Bear.
Knowing all of this, at one point the franchises had to have merged. That's really the only way that you get Mr. Hippo from the rival franchise as part of the Fazbear crew. This also mirrors a lot of what happened in the real-life history of Chuck E. Cheese, with two rival restaurants, each with their own casts of characters, merging to
God.
become one unified brand.
look
Again,
all
we've gone into
scary.
that in detail with other
Yeah,
videos,
that
just
looks
wanted to remind you all of
creepy.
that here. But why would I call out the rival restaurant as being named Chica's Party World? Few things, actually. First, we know for a fact that a location named Chica's Party World exists. It is mentioned in the source code teasing sister location, so it is out there somewhere and doesn't fit cleanly anywhere.
Jesus
Second, in the
Christ,
story of
like
the puppet
digging
carver,
in the
Chica
source
is
code.
very
Digging
explicitly
code.
looped in with the book versions of Pig Patch and Ned Bear, implying
love the
that she
effort.
started
This is normal
as a mediocre
for
melody.
FNAF stuff.
Thirdly, her design just fits better with the
Ah.
rhythm
It
of
is.
down home
I
country
just go
animals with
data
southern
mining.
accents playing the banjo and eating with bibs. And with her being the headliner of the show with her name on the restaurant, it would make sense then that when the restaurants merged, she was the one that was added to the main cast of characters while all the other mediocres faded away. It's also why when Freddy's closes after William's killing
07.
spree, she's the one to branch back off into her old franchise and is therefore missing in sister location. A detail that's bothered me for years at this
Oh.
point. It might also explain why William decided to stuff his first dead kid into Chica.
What?
That one was
I'm. What?
I don't know why he's going into the whole murdering thing yet when he hasn't actually.
I'm
Shoveled
missing.
it.
I feel like I'm missing a lot of parts in this,
Wait, hold
in
on.
these videos. What the heck? I'm like, oh, okay, copyright, true. Need to avoid that. Animatronics need batteries at 1st. That makes sense.
Yep.
Dead kid,
Talking
put
of
it.
children
dead-
into record.
dead,
Put dead,
dead
kid,
kid.
in suit. What?
dead. What?
This is the timeline, so this is going from assuming you already know what's going on, but let me see if there's a better one.
It might
Okay.
be an idea to just skip to the second one. Now.
I mean, we're about to finish this one, so might as well.
Mm.
So I guess the game's like goes backwards, kinda. Like the newer release the game is, the more like lore it covers, kinda. Further into the past or something.
I got another video. It's an hour long. Maybe this one will properly just like show everything instead of like
Okay.
this need map pad anymore. Sadly, sorry guys. No more game
Aww,
theory.
Sag.
Oh. 07 Matt Pat. You will be missed.
07, good sir.
I mean, he has like a bajillion videos if you want to like watch that instead.
Yeah.
End of the story. Like I
That's
said
true.
at the
1 hour. Alrighty.
Oh,
Flashing lights and jump scares.
epilepsy warning.
Together in one place.
Five Nights at Freddy's is a franchise with over a decade's worth of content, spanning countless games, books, and now a movie. There's a reason that no matter whose timeline you watch, they all look different.
Oh,
Making
they
a FNAF
include the
timeline
movie.
is not easy. There are so many
Ah.
ways you can interpret this story, and this is mine. So let's start at the beginning.
1970s.
Back in the 70s, a company called Fazbear Entertainment got its start by creating different props and mascot costumes for carnivals, and specifically for something called the Fall Fest. The Fall Fest featured various mascot characters, such as a bird, an elephant, and the most popular of all, Fredbear and Bonnie.
Since this is probably
These
newer,
specific mascot costumes
it's
were so
probably
popular, Fazbear Entertainment opened a dedicated restaurant for them called Fredbear's Family Diner, featuring the same Fredbear and Bonnie mascot costumes from the Fall Fest. What Fazbear Entertainment didn't account for, though, was one of their animatronics.
Can you make the video louder? Okay. Or actually, I'll turn it up on the stream. There you go.
Electronics from the Fall Fest going
Is that better? Or a bit louder?
ending in a giant fire, with most of everything from the Fall Fest being destroyed.
Oh. It's okay. Wow. The edits
So
though.
watching
Damn.
a mini documentary.
Yeah. So there was a Fall
The
Fest.
specifics about the animatronic that went rogue and the fire are unknown and will likely be
Firefest.
revealed next year in FNAF's next big
No, didn't they
release.
say
Although
Fall
we
Fest?
don't-
I think it was
Yeah.
Fall Fest.
What was that internet story in? Was it Firefest or what was the one where they went to the island and it was just absolutely
This is
shit?
Fire Festival.
Firefest, yeah.
Ah. I see. Wait, this is like a different start from the MatPat one. But
Yeah,
oh well,
this is
we'll see.
probably
It's
newer.
newer as well, so it
Yeah,
explains
it's
it a bit more.
Ah, okay.
how this fire occurred, we do
That makes
know
sense.
that after the fire, Fazbear Entertainment started phasing out of the mascot costume era. They needed something new. The two men who helped found Fazbear Entertainment, William Afton and Henry Emily, stepped up to the plate. William Afton was mostly the businessman of the two, handling all of the money, while Henry was the more creative one, with him being in charge of building most of the animatronics and props for the company. With the Fall Fest era
Okay.
of the company coming to a close, they were only left with Fredbear's Family Diner, the standalone restaurant created for the Fredbear and Bonnie characters. In order to replace the mascot versions of Fredbear and Bonnie, Henry went to work on new versions of the characters, eventually creating the new Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. The same characters, but with new
Spring
designs
Bonnie.
and new suits. Henry called them Springlock suits. These suits are able to double as both an animatronic and a suit that the employees could wear. To switch the suit from animatronic mode to suit mode, the employees could use a hand crank to pull back the animatronic parts, leaving room for them to climb inside. The spring locks that were helping to hold back those animatronic parts were very sensitive
God,
though, and
I
with even a
would
little
not
bit of
want
moisture,
to.
the spring locks could potentially snap shut, crushing
Yeah.
and killing whoever was inside. But if that ended up
Would not
happening,
want to
Fazbear
be in
Entertainment
that.
had some common sense procedures set in place.
In case that the spring locks come loose while you are wearing a suit, please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out, as to not ruin the customer experience.
Oh.
Fredbear's Family Diner ended up being super
Insane.
successful for Will.
What the fuck? Yeah, you're dead. Try not to bother the customers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't scare the kids, please. Just go die in the back rooms where you belong.
That
William
is
and Henry, so much
crazy.
so that other companies tried replicating it. Another company proceeded to rip off Fazbear Entertainment's old mascot characters by creating their own animatronic versions of them. The leader of the group was Ned Bear, a direct copy of Fredbear, followed by a hippo,
Okay.
an elephant, and a frog. All characters from the Fall Fest, and all with slightly different designs to avoid copyright issues. But while the rival company was able to replicate the designs, they could not replicate Henry's state-of-the-art technology. Their robots were poorly made and had to have giant batteries with exposed wires on stage with them. Naturally, the rival company failed
Okay.
and ended up being bought out by Fazbear Entertainment. With all of the success
Yeah,
from
this is
Fredbear's
vastly
Family
different
Diner,
to-
William and Henry decided to branch out and create more characters for a new restaurant. In 1983, William
This
and
is sort of
Henry
what I
opened
remember.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, featuring Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. With the opening of Freddy Fazbear's
Okay.
Pizza, Fazbear Entertainment was
The OG
experiencing
gang.
success like they've never seen before. But with 2 restaurants now open at the same time, more success also meant more work for William and Henry. The duo were so wrapped up in work that they started neglecting their own families. William was the father of 3 kids, the eldest, Michael, the crying child, and Elizabeth. The crying child has yet to have a kid.
I like the names.
Your name is
your
Crying
name?
Child.
Alright. Let's name this one Michael.
The crying child.
I like the name Michael. Oh wait, our second son is crying.
He cries a
Crying
lot.
child.
Okay.
And Elizabeth.
And then there's Elizabeth.
Who looks like she's on drugs.
Oh my god. It's just 2 normal names and then there's just crying child. That's so funny.
The crying child has yet to have a 100% confirmed name, so for this video, he will just be called the crying child. Meanwhile, Henry
it's not
had
confirmed.
1 kid, a daughter named Charlie. The business partners spent most of their days working, so they both created different ways of taking care of their kids. Henry was the robotics genius, so he used his talents to create a new animatronic to watch Charlie for him. It was called the security puppet. This animatronic would sit by the door of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and make sure that Charlie wasn't able to leave the building. This made it so Charlie could play at the restaurant while Henry worked, without Henry having to worry about her leaving the building or getting kidnapped. The robot was linked directly to a green bracelet that Charlie was wearing. If Charlie, wearing the green bracelet, tried leaving the building, the security puppet would spring into action. William, on the other hand, was the businessman of the company. He cared more about making money, but also saving money. Naturally, he decided to just force his eldest son Michael to babysit while he was at work. Michael was mostly in charge of babysitting the crying child. The crying child didn't have many friends, but he did have a close relationship with his plushies. These plushies were of characters from his favorite show, Fredbear and Friends, Fazbear Entertainment's newest cartoon, featuring Fredbear, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. The crying child's favorite character, though, was Fredbear. He especially loved his Fredbear plushie. Although he loved the plushie version of the characters, the animatronics would soon become a different story. One day, while visiting Fredbear's family diner, the crying child saw something that would scar him for the rest of his life. While wandering the restaurant, he walked by the employees only room, where an employee accidentally left the door open. Inside the room was his father, William Afton, helping another employee into a spring Bonnie suit. But through the eyes of the crying child, this looked like someone was literally being stuffed into an animatronic suit. The crying child was so young that he wasn't educated on how the mascot characters worked, so seeing a human be put inside of one terrified him. When a child experiences something traumatic, their brain naturally tries finding ways to deal with that trauma. The crying child's way of dealing with his trauma was by creating an imaginary friend. This imaginary friend took the form of the object he loved the most, his Fredbear plushie. His new imaginary friend Fredbear followed him wherever he went, shape-shifting into flowers, hiding behind cars, and in the sewers, with nobody being able to see him except for the crying child. When the crying child was overwhelmed, the plushie would talk to him and try to calm him down. Even when the plushie wasn't around, it was still able to speak to him because it lived in his mind. While the crying child was dealing with the trauma of seeing what he thinks was someone being stuffed into a suit, his brother Michael was only making it worse. Michael knew about what happened with his younger brother and used it against him. Every day while babysitting the crying child, Michael would put on a Foxy mask, hide somewhere in the house, and jump scare his little brother.
Well, that's one way to keep your brother in place.
Also traumatizing.
What is this? Is this in the game?
From the pizzeria to your living room, you
No.
longer have to wait to see
No.
Damn.
with Fredbear and Friends. Weeknights at 8, 7 Central. Only on...
Oh, jump scare. In 3, 2, 1. Oh. My countdown is off. Okay. Do it Outlast style. Outlast style. Under the bed. Yeah. Oh.
Through all of Michael's bullying, the crying child's imaginary friend Fredbear would comfort him and talk him through the situation, saying, "You know he is hiding again. Be careful. Tomorrow is another day." Michael wasn't the only one bullying the crying child, though. The local kids in the neighborhood heard about why the crying child was so scared of the pizzeria, even making up fake rumors related to what the crying child thought he saw there. "You'd better watch out. I hear they come to life at night. And if you die, they hide your body and never tell anyone."
Did I jump scare
all
you?
of this bullying
Yeah, I
would
bet
come
I
to a
did.
head on one special day,
Alright.
the crying child's birthday. Ironically, his
Alright.
birthday party was being held at Fredbear's family diner. Because he was so terrified of being at the pizzeria, he hid under the table, not knowing
Oh
that
my God,
Michael
that's
and
so
his
sad.
friends were nearby, planning a prank that would go terribly wrong.
These cinematics. This is sponsored by FNAF or something?
Fredbear and Spring Bonnie will be performing in 5 minutes.
How you doing, Ray?
Is that Mad Pat?
Ah, that's fucked up.
Michael and his friends lifted the crying child up to, quote, give Fredbear a big kiss, and Fredbear bit down on him, leaving his
My
body
God.
to go limp. Michael and his friends quickly stopped laughing. Because of Michael's immature behavior, his terrified younger brother paid the ultimate price. Although the crying child was badly hurt, he didn't immediately die. Because of the immense brain damage, he slipped into a coma. After being treated at a hospital, the crying child was taken home so he could be comfortable, surrounded by his only friends, his plushies. In the crying child's final moments, Michael decides to apologize for what he's done, saying, "Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. I'm sorry." After Michael speaks, the crying child's imaginary friend Fredbear, created out of the trauma he experienced, continues doing what it's done the whole time. It comforts him, saying, "You're broken. We are still your friends. Do you still believe that? I'm still here. I will put you back together." This would be the final thing the crying child hears before he dies. The crying child's spirit would then live on in the Fredbear suit, the thing that took his life. The crying child's death wasn't just an accident. It was directly caused by Michael's recklessness. This is something that Michael could potentially face jail time for, so it needed to be covered up. Since the crying child was being kept at home, no one else knew that he ended up passing away. So William and Michael ended up burying the crying child's body in the middle of the woods where no one would find him.
Oh my
No
God, that
tombstone,
is
no
fucked up.
flowers, just a pile of dirt, an unmarked grave, and a lifetime's worth of guilt that Michael would have to live with. Shortly after the
Merry
incident,
Christmas.
Fredbear's family diner was
Happy
quickly
holidays,
shut
Rave.
down, and Fredbear was completely
Christmas,
wiped from
Rave.
existence. The Fredbear and Friends TV show turned into Freddy and Friends on tour. The Fredbear and Spring Bonnie Springlock suits also ended up being moved into the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, mainly being used as spare suits if one of the Freddy's animatronics broke down. The death of
So,
William
yeah, that's
Afton's
why they
youngest
end up
son was a
being
pivotal
golden
moment in
coloured.
this story, specifically
colours that
William
they are.
Afton's story.
Ah.
This was the first domino to fall. A father losing his son is a traumatic situation, and while any other father would take time to grieve, be sad, and properly deal with such a big loss, William Afton took a different route. Afton definitely was upset about his son dying, but it wasn't because he felt bad for his son, it was because it was embarrassing to him. William Afton was a narcissist. He had little to no empathy. All he cared about was work and comparing himself to his business partner, Henry. Henry had a wife, a kid, and a talent for robotics that Afton was utterly jealous of. The death of the crying child sent Afton over the edge because while Henry's family was still perfect, his was now broken. Henry and William had different ways of taking care of their kids, and while Afton employing his eldest son failed, Henry's security puppet succeeded. Henry's daughter, Charlie, lived on. Afton had a hard time dealing with this feeling of embarrassment. He started becoming an alcoholic, frequently visiting the local bar called Junior's. One night though, after drinking a little too much and getting kicked out of the bar, he decided that he was going to settle the score with Henry. Afton, drunk and filled with rage, drove from the bar to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where he knew Charlie was being watched over by Henry's security puppet. Afton planned on risking everything to kill Henry's daughter, Charlie. He didn't care if he got caught, and he didn't care if he went to prison. But when Afton got to Freddy's, he noticed that Charlie was standing outside by herself. It turned out that some bullies were able to trap the security puppet in its box and lock Charlie outside the building, giving Afton the perfect opportunity to kill Charlie outside of the pizzeria. The security puppet was eventually able to escape its box and went looking for Charlie. As Afton sped away, the puppet noticed that Charlie was outside in the pouring rain. It then did what it was programmed to do and went to protect her. But as the puppet got
Man, I wish I
closer to
knew
Charlie's
which part of
body,
this
the rain
is still in the
started
game or
making it
not.
Short circuit. It was forced to crawl its way over to her until the rain
Oh,
got
that part?
too
The 2D ones
much,
are
and
in-game,
puppet
but
shut
the
down
3D ones
right
are
next to Charlie's body.
made
While
by the
Charlie
person.
and the puppet lay
yeah.
lifeless next to each other, Afton was speeding
all the
home,
pixel-
driving right
pixel-
past where he
these
buried
pixel
his
stuff
son
and that
and the bar he got
is all
kicked out
in-game.
of. When Afton got home,
When
he
you
was
find
with
the
his
secrets
wife
and that
sitting in the living room
sort of-
watching TV, and Michael in his bedroom. Afton was a drunk and abusive father, and fully blamed Michael for what happened to his youngest son. Mrs. Afton tells him to leave Michael alone because he's had a tough day, but Afton doesn't listen. He goes over to Michael's room and pounds on the door, only for the door to be locked. He then makes his way around the house to try and find a way in from the outside. But once he gets to Michael's bedroom window, he notices that it's broken, and Michael was gone. Michael was so upset by what he did to his brother that he would sometimes see visions of Fredbear appear and disappear. Tonight, Fredbear appeared outside his bedroom window, and it almost felt like his brother was calling out to him from beyond the grave. This would happen frequently, and every time it did, Michael would run to the spot where they buried his younger brother, only to find that nothing had changed. His younger brother was still gone and buried in the ground. Afton knew Michael did this often, saying, "Ran off to that place again. He will be sorry when he gets back." The guilt of killing his younger brother haunted Michael in his real life, but also in his dreams. Michael would constantly have nightmares about the animatronic that took his brother's life. These were the exact same nightmares his younger brother used to have every night, now passed on to him.
Damn, that story's dark.
This is 3? F3 is it? When they have the nightmare animatronics? Or 4?
Oh. So the main character in this one is the eldest son?
Hmm.
Like the fourth one? Oh.
Oh god.
After the death of Charlie, Fazbear Entertainment tried their best at covering it up. Fortunately for them and for William, the crime was committed outside, where no one was around to witness it. William was able to get away with everything, while Fazbear Entertainment never spoke of the incident again. The security puppet was quickly moved to the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where the retired Fredbear and Spring Bonnie suits resided. But something was different about the security puppet. Dark tears now appeared on the mask of the animatronic. Dark tears that weren't there before. This is something that Afton quickly noticed the next day when he went into work. He'd heard about what happened moments after he sped off. He knew the security puppet was found laying next to Charlie's body. So does that mean Charlie's soul now resided in the puppet? William definitely noticed that the puppet looked different, almost like it was haunted, almost like it was thinking. Other employees would eventually notice the same thing.
I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking and it can go anywhere.
After realizing the security puppet may be possessed by the spirit of Charlie, Afton went back and looked at the crying child's Fredbear plushie, only to find that it also seemed to be haunted. The crying child feared for his life every single day, and that plushie was something he was able to cry and pour his agony into. Afton believed that this is what caused the plushie to appear haunted. It wasn't made alive by the spirit of his son, it was made alive by the agony and fear his son poured into it. Afton quickly became obsessed with the concept of haunted objects, and more specifically, the power of human emotion. He needed to find out if this is something he could take advantage of. Afton then used all of his money he made from Fredbear's and Freddy Fazbear's Pizza to build a giant underground facility directly under his house. It was here that he would try to recreate what happened to his son, to recreate the fear and agony he experienced. In order to do this, Afton didn't take any chances. He needed to replicate exactly what his son went through every day. In order to do this, Afton built a replica of his house underground, along with his son's daily walk to Fredbear's family diner. He also built a makeshift bedroom where he could force kids to have the same nightmare every night. Afton would sit in his office watching them on the cameras that could be accessed using the passcode 1983, the year his son got bit. He also kept the crying child's Fredbear plushie on the desk as a reminder of what he was trying to replicate. In the makeshift bedroom, there were dummy animatronics that wheeled down the hallway. But the kids wouldn't see them as just blank dummies on wheels. Afton would pump hallucinogenic gas into the room to get the kids to think that what they were seeing was a monster. These nightmare gas canisters were being stored all throughout his underground facility, and on the bed of this makeshift bedroom was a Freddy plushie, in the hopes that the kids would pour their fear and agony into the plush, like his son did to his plushie. On the other side of the bunker, where Afton recreated the crying child's walk to Fredbear's, he placed a bunch of Fredbear plushies all over the place. These Fredbear plushies had walkie-talkies inside of them. This was Afton's way of recreating his son's imaginary friend that would talk to him wherever he went. Afton would speak to the kids through his walkie.
Wait, how do you know he had a imaginary friend? Except the part that they were having like, or the pouring of the agony.
Well, after he found out how haunted it was, I guess, after. And plus it being his favorite.
I'm guessing they didn't really know. It's just like a plot hole they missed out on.
Yeah. But yeah, that does kind of make sense, I guess. But not without explanation. Yeah, it's just something they missed.
Talkie sitting in his private office. After setting up the bunker, Afton was only missing one more thing: the kids to run these experiments on. He needed a way to kidnap and capture kids without being caught, and he had the perfect way to do it.
And this was just the location.
So, kidnapping.
The show will begin momentarily. Everyone, please stay in your seats.
Enter Circus Baby and the Funtime animatronics. These robots were specifically built by Afton to capture kids, featuring Circus Baby, Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, and Laura. They feature advanced technologies such as parental tracking, voice mimicking / luring, and storage tanks. Circus Baby, the star of the group, was even able to make ice cream as a way to lure kids to her. Once the kid got too close, a giant claw would reach out, grab them, and lock them in the animatronics storage tank. Some of the board members from Fazbear Entertainment were suspicious of these new animatronics.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Afton even created a new restaurant for these animatronics called Circus Baby's Pizza World.
Okay.
Elizabeth, William Afton's daughter, was fascinated by Circus Baby. All she wanted to do was play with her, but Afton wouldn't let her.
Funny watching FNAF lore, then hear moves like Jagger. Oh.
You let the other children
I guess I'll pause the music.
Why won't you let me go?
Oh, you still got
He
music
strictly
going.
told her to stay away from the animatronic,
It's like, really, though.
but one day she didn't listen. On the opening day of Circus Baby's Pizza World, another domino would fall in Afton's life, and Elizabeth would soon be the victim of his terrible misdeeds.
I can do something special. Did you know that? I can make ice cream. although I only did it once. What a wonderful day, though. I was in a small room with balloons and a few tables. I would always count the children. I'm not sure why. They usually played together in groups of 2 or 3. There were 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Time to play.
Damn.
Ice cream.
Oh, 07.
Something happened when there was one. I was no longer myself. There was screaming for a moment, but only for a moment.
In an instant, Elizabeth was grabbed by Circus Baby and thrown into her stomach hatch. The sheer force of her being grabbed and thrown into the robot's storage tank was enough to kill her almost instantly. This is something that William wasn't able to test. That was until his daughter became the test. William Afton now lost another one of his kids, but this time it was all his fault. After just one day of being open, Circus Baby's Pizza World was shut down. Afton covered up the incident by telling the public that the restaurant shut down due to gas leaks, but not everyone bought that story. The local newspaper wrote about the incident, saying, in other news, the grand opening of Circus Baby's Pizza World has apparently been canceled due to reported gas leaks in the building. Sources close to the establishment questioned the report, saying that strange activity around the area at night suggests something else is to blame. One local is quoted as saying, everything just stopped. There was so much excitement built around this place opening, and then they just stopped talking about it. A tenant from across the street claims to have witnessed a large group of cars surrounding the building during the night, and large pieces of equipment being taken out of the building under tarps. A few weeks later, the building was for sale. There is no comment yet from the local entrepreneur who financed the venture. That local entrepreneur, William Afton, successfully covered up everything. He was able to bring Circus Baby and the Funtime animatronics back down into his bunker, but once he got them there, he noticed something was different about Circus Baby. One distinct feature about Circus Baby was her blue eyes, but what once was blue eyes now were green, the same color as Elizabeth's. In that moment, he knew that his daughter's soul attached itself to the robot. Her soul lived on in Circus Baby. Afton knew that the way Charlie went on to possess the puppet was sloppy, and it was hard to recreate without getting caught. But what if the kids' bodies were hidden where no one would ever look? What if, just like his daughter, their bodies were stuffed into the animatronic?
Hello.
What's up? How you doing?
Oh, doing good.
Nice.
Just saw that you're watching for Not For Real. The Fury videos. Okay.
Actually, yeah. We're just watching.
He did start with Matt Pat, but he was going from one tangent to another.
Yeah, I was like,
Afton is such a nice fella. He wanted to make all this stuff for the kids, and then he murdered kids and stuffed them in a suit.
I was like, okay, rival franchise makes sense. He would be angry. A kid died. What? A kid died. What? I was like, did I miss something?
Okay.
But no, it's just a video.
So far, what did you got? After like 1 hour ish of watching Game Theory?
So basically, the Afton guy was like pretty much, it's pretty much like into like these mascot stuff. And then at first he started like a business and met this Henry guy.
Who was good at animatronics.
Who's good at making animatronics. And then even though he hates him and stuff like that, they like combined or collabed or something, their franchises or something like that.
The most craziest collab ever.
Yeah. And then or after that, something bad happened to his first, the crying child is what they call him in this video.
No real name, just crying child.
Apparently it's not confirmed.
Yeah, crying child.
Yeah, crying child went through shit and then died by getting bullied. And
The bite of
then
87
87.
Died of 83.
or 83. That's the thing as well. I forgot about that.
83. And then whatchamacallit? I don't know where this Afton guy got the idea of oh wait, my son's soul is now in this thing. That's like something I'm like still trying to think about. Or I don't know, maybe Afton was just crazy or something.
No,
he's
he's
just
no,
crazy.
he doesn't know his soul is in that. It just knows that his favorite puppet is haunted and wanted to recreate it.
Oh yeah, something like that, yeah. After that, he, instead of like just being normal, you know, he decided to kill his rival's kid and stuff like that. And then also that caused something to get haunted. And then now he tried to kidnap kids, and now the thing that kidnaps kids is haunted. It's
Because
where
he
we
killed
are.
his daughter.
Yeah.
So the security puppet is haunted by Henry's daughter.
Yeah,
Because I went out to
Charlie?
try and save her.
Something Charlie. Okay. And then yeah, so there are like 3 animatronics that are like haunted so far. That's where we're at.
For Afton,
That's
Elizabeth's
really right.
death quickly
Alright.
went from just another inconvenience to a scientific breakthrough. Afton was one step closer to harnessing the power of life itself. But one successful experiment wasn't enough. Just like the fear experiments he built in
Basically,
the
this is the
bunker, he
sister
needed to
location.
replicate
Yeah.
exactly what happened. He needed to recreate the
No.
accident, and he knew
No.
exactly how he was going to do it. Using the Funtime animatronics again
back.
wasn't
I'm
an
hungry,
option.
and I wanna
Circus
sneak
Baby's
in and
Pizza
try and get
World
some
was
chips.
shut down.
Okay,
Alright.
do we wait for you? No, we're
No, don't wait.
just-
Don't wait.
No?
I got wireless headphones on.
Okay.
Yo, he got wireless headphone. There.
And the
Alright.
public was already getting
Info.
too suspicious of the animatronics. But he didn't need the Funtime animatronics. He was going to run the experiment himself. On June 26,
Oh.
1985, William Afton made
my
his
God,
way
it's
to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
1985.
There, he would put on the old spring Bonnie suit from Fredbear's to lure 5 kids into the back room.
Into the back rooms.
Back rooms?
Man, didn't know back rooms was part of the FNAF world.
Yo, actually, damn.
Oh,
Hello.
Oh, it's this one.
Looking for a friend?
The water's clear, come
Oh.
swim with me.
damn. The music.
Music choice. Funny enough, I have not watched this one yet from my pet. This is actually pretty interesting.
Oh, this is
I
it.
don't know
Matt
this animation.
One
Animations
by
one.
one, Afton killed them and stuffed their bodies
Oh,
into
just
the
not?
animatronics.
Yeah.
Susie was first, being stuffed into Chica. Gabriel went into Freddy, Jeremy into Bonnie, Fritz into Foxy, and then there was
This is it.
Cassidy, who went into Fredbear,
This is FNAF
aka
one right here.
Golden Freddy. At this point, Afton had no idea that the crying child spirit was in Golden Freddy, so he didn't think twice about shoving Cassidy in there. The way Afton killed Cassidy, though, was different from the rest. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were just regular animatronics. Afton had no
Okay.
choice but to kill them, then stuff them into the suits. But Golden Freddy wasn't just a regular animatronic, it was a Springlock suit. The same Springlock suit that took his youngest son's life. Afton was aware of how dangerous the Springlocks were. Any bit of moisture moisture or too much movement would
Welcome
cause them
back.
to snap shut, slowly killing whoever was inside. So that's exactly what he did to Cassidy. He put him into the suit and watched as the spring locks snapped shut, cementing Cassidy's death as the most
Damn.
brutal of them all. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy weren't the only animatronics sitting in the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, though. They were joined by the security puppet, which contained the soul of Henry's daughter, Charlie. Once Afton was gone, Charlie jumped into action, almost acting as a guide for their souls, properly giving them
This in
life
FNAF
inside
2, I
of each
think.
animatronic.
This
After the
minigame.
incident, the kids were quickly reported missing by their families. And although the security cameras caught Afton luring the kids away, he
that
wasn't
paper
able to
details in
fully
FNAF
get
1.
in trouble. Since he was wearing the Spring Bonnie suit, they were never able to prove it was actually him. Afton also hid the kids' bodies where no one would ever look, so the bodies were never found. Unbelievably, Afton was able to get away with yet another crime. Because of all the bad press that came from the missing children's incident, people stopped coming to the pizzeria. After months of customers no longer showing up, Fazbear Entertainment officially shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Shortly after the pizzeria shut down, Afton decided to pull the Funtime animatronics out of retirement.
Oh, was it Afton in the spring bunny suit that's been luring kids?
The golden suit?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's him.
Like
The
this part,
spring trap,
the
yeah, it's
3D.
him.
Yeah, that. Ah.
Yeah, that's him.
I see.
Also,
Naruhodo
that spring trap. You see that spring trap there? That's from FNAF 3.
Oh,
After the
okay.
pizzeria shut down, Afton decided to pull the
Haven't
Funtime
even said
animatronics
yet. Will you fucking... You like shut up for a bit.
Okay, sorry.
out of
I
retirement
mean, he hasn't been
and
really
finally
saying
get his
which
underground facility
FNAF they're from.
He hasn't been here. I did say these animatronics from sister location earlier. From the games, I meant.
fully
Fishy.
operational. He knew
It's
he
fine.
couldn't try opening another Circus Babies restaurant, so he had a new idea.
Due to the massive success and even more so the unfortunate closing of Freddy
fucking
Fazbear's
love
Pizza,
this-
it was
this
clear
fucking
that
guy
the
did
stage was
the-
set, no pun intended,
the
for
voice
another
in this game.
contender in children's entertainment. Unlike most entertainment
Okay.
venues,
Kinda
our
funny.
robotic entertainers are rented out for private parties during the day.
Afton
Oh.
opened Circus Babies
Oh my God.
Entertainment and Rental. This way, he could rent out the Funtime animatronics to local birthday parties, capture kids, and bring them back to his underground bunker
God
to
damn.
be experimented on. While Afton was running his rental business, Fazbear Entertainment was determined to try opening another pizzeria. In the summer of 1987, Fazbear Entertainment opened the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, this time
Ooh.
with brand new versions of their original characters. These were called
Dun,
the
dun,
Toy
dun.
Animatronics, and they were once again
Okay.
built by Henry. Henry was aware of what happened in 1985, and especially of what happened to his daughter, so he was determined to make sure that never happened again. These new toy animatronics were equipped with facial recognition systems that were linked directly
Very-
to a criminal database. The security puppet was
Very,
also brought out of
very-
retirement, but instead of Lee
What? He was aware of the bad things happening, and then criminal facial
toy
recognition.
animatronics were equipped with facial recognition systems that were linked directly to a criminal database.
A criminal database.
The security puppet was also
Oh,
brought
okay.
out of
So the toy stuff can detect if it's a criminal or not.
Yeah,
So,
very
retirement, but
I guess to stop the
high tech.
crimes happening.
Yeah. I see.
Instead of working security, it sat quietly in the prize corner. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy, and Spring Bonnie were also moved to the new pizzeria, and it's revealed that these animatronics were mostly used for spare parts.
By now, I'm sure you've noticed the older models sitting in the back room. Those are
Back
from
room?
the previous location. We just use them for parts now. The idea at first was
I
to
see.
repair them, but they were just so ugly, you know? And the smell.
This means that the haunted metal of the original
Smell.
Freddy's animatronics was now being
Ugh,
put into
I
the
don't
toy
wanna know the smell.
animatronics, causing the toys to also now be possessed. After Afton got away with the first set of murders,
no
he
matter
needed to
what.
see if the kids' spirits were possessing the animatronics. In order to see for himself,
Okay.
Afton went back to work at the new pizzeria as a daytime security guard. While Afton was working the day shift, Jeremy Fitzgerald was working the night shift. Jeremy worked there for
Ah.
5
By the
months, and unfortunately for him, because the kids possessing the animatronics
I mean, it
were
looks like a
killed by
normal
an
name.
adult, they were extremely aggressive to any adult they encountered.
It just rhymes.
They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they
Meanwhile, Afton decided to pull the same trick he did at the old Freddy's location, gaining 5 more victims.
Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it.
Afton used the spring Bonnie suit to pull the same stunt again on 5 more kids.
Dun, dun,
but as he was
dun.
committing the murders, Charlie from inside the puppet was actively trying to save the kids. She tried enlisting the help of the other animatronics, but it was too late. Afton had already finished what he started. Not only that, him seeing the puppet and Freddy walking around the pizzeria trying to stop him was all the
Wait, how
proof
long is
he
this video
needed
even?
that his experiments were successful. The kids he
It's
put
like
into
an
the
hour?
original suits were haunting
Right,
the
it's 30
animatronics.
minutes.
But there was one problem. Afton knew that the haunted metal of the endoskeletons was the key to everything, but the animatronics were trapped at the pizzeria. There was no way he could bring them back to his underground bunker. He couldn't get to the animatronics if the pizzeria was still open and active, so he needed to find a way to make sure the pizzeria shuts down and fast. Instead of stuffing the new set of victims into the toy animatronics, he decided to leave the kids out in plain sight, scattered throughout the pizzeria. This was a guaranteed way to get the pizzeria shut down. A few hours after Afton committed the murders, Jeremy Fitzgerald showed up for his night shift, unaware of what happened that day.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Listen, just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have one more event scheduled for tomorrow.
Doesn't just say, leave now. No, just finish your shift.
Just finish it.
Finish your shift, man. Even though we said
The
it's
next
closed.
day during Jeremy's day shift, one of the animatronics bit him in the head. This was infamously known as the bite of 87.
Oh, there's the bite of
Meanwhile,
87.
Afton
Yeah, that's there you go,
successfully
that's the
got
one.
the pizzeria shut down. The local newspaper wrote about the incident, saying after being open only a few short weeks, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is closing its doors. The new animatronics will be scrapped due to possible malfunctions. However, the original characters are being kept in hopes of a possible reorganization of the company. Since the toy animatronics were now being scrapped, he knew he could get away with taking their endoskeletons. But he also knew that he couldn't risk showing his face at the pizzeria again, so he got his oldest son Michael to do the work for him. William was easily able to get Michael to do whatever he wanted. William was abusive and manipulative, while Michael was haunted by the guilt of what he did to his younger brother. Because of this, Michael basically acted as William's puppet. Michael showed up for the night shift at the now closed Freddy Fazbear's Pizza under a code name, Fritz Smith. At the end of his shift, he would successfully steal the toy animatronics endoskeletons for his father, causing him to get fired his first day on the job due to tampering with the animatronics. As it said in the local newspaper, while Fazbear Entertainment scrapped the toy animatronics, the original Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were going to be fixed up and reused. And that's exactly what they did. After the 1987 Freddy's location shut down, they opened yet another location, this time using the exact same building as the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As you can imagine, this didn't work out great for the business. People already had a bad impression of Fazbear Entertainment, so using the same building that the original murders took place in didn't help business. Customers barely showed up to the new pizzeria, leading it to shut down by the end of 1993. Although this was bad news for Fazbear Entertainment, this was great news for William Afton. Afton was able to acquire the endos of the toy animatronics, but that wasn't enough. He needed all of the haunted endoskeletons, especially the ones in the original animatronics. Once the pizzeria shut down, Afton came up with a plan to steal the endos from the animatronics. Each pizzeria was designed with something called a safe room.
As always, if there is ever an emergency, please go to the designated safe room. Every location is built with one extra room that is not included in the digital map layouts programmed into the animatronic or security system. This room is hidden to customers, invisible to animatronics, and is always off camera.
This room was hidden from guests and invisible to the animatronics. Afton would use this to his advantage, luring each of the animatronics to the safe room and dismantling them one by one. The kids possessing these animatronics were the same kids he lured into the back room all those years ago. He planned to use the same trick to lure the same kids all over again.
I wonder what he plans to do with it. Like, sure, the exoskeletons are possessed. What you gonna do with it?
Good question. Also, not like the toy animatronics design. I kind of like those. The designs.
The
Very
toy
colorful.
ones?
The
Yeah.
toy ones. Yeah. It's like from FNAF 2.
Oh, okay. They look cute. They're very well made, too.
Yeah, shiny.
Yeah.
Compared to the
Oh.
old ones. The OG on it. Oh.
He club-headed. Damn.
Once he finished dismantling each animatronic and stealing their endoskeleton, he brought them down to his underground bunker, where he would melt
those
them all
animations quite
down
nice,
into
actually.
one liquid substance called remnant.
Yeah,
Not only did Afton
animations
rob
are
these
pretty
kids
nice.
of their lives, he would use their souls long after they're gone for his own personal gain.
So cinematic.
Yeah, I like it. Put so much effort in this.
On a theory video. Or lore video, I guess.
The burn.
Burn them.
God damn.
By melting down the endos, he successfully created remnant. This substance, containing
Oh,
the
seven
spirits of all of the
indeed.
missing children, was
That
silver in
puts
color, and if kept at the right temperature, was malleable. Afton didn't want to risk testing the remnant on himself, so he injected it into the Funtime animatronics. Once he did, the animatronics jumped to life. The experiment had worked. William Afton unlocked the power of life itself. After his successful experiment, he went back to
Crazy,
Freddy
dude.
Fazbear's Pizza to collect his old spring Bonnie suit. But once he got there, he was met with the spirits of the 5 missing children, trapping
Oh.
him inside the safe room. Cassidy, the spirit inside Golden Freddy, chased Afton around the room and forced him to get into the spring Bonnie suit. Cassidy was the most vengeful spirit of them all. Being spring-locked in the Fredbear suit was a painful and slow death, and he wanted to make sure that Afton
Damn.
knew what that felt like. At this point, Afton knew how a spirit could live on. As long as he was inside the suit, he knew he'd be back.
Oh my god.
Okay. Oof.
There it is. There it is.
Dumbass.
Oh, 7, dude.
As Afton laughed, the spring locks snapped shut, forcing him to go through what Cassidy went through. This was an act of revenge by Cassidy, and it wouldn't be the last. Afton was now confined to the safe room of the now shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and because of this, everything in his underground bunker was left abandoned. But even with Afton gone, the rental business continued on its own. All of the Funtime animatronics containing the spirits of the missing children and even his daughter Elizabeth were still being rented out during the day and then brought right back down to the bunker. All the spirits wanted to do was escape, but they were always put back underground. After Afton went missing, his eldest son Michael, who's been blindly helping his father, remembered what his father told him if he ever went missing. If William wasn't there to finish his work, Michael would do it for him. Afton's underground facility was always off limits to Michael, but since he was now gone, Michael had no choice. He took the elevator down to where his father worked every day. Although Michael was helping out his father by stealing some of the endos from the animatronics back in the day, he never exactly knew what William was doing until he got down into the bunker.
Push the red button.
Over the several days he visited the bunker, he learned more about what his father was up to. He learned about the massive facility his father built, complete with multiple rooms conducting fear experiments. He learned the truth behind the Funtime animatronics and how they were actually designed to kidnap kids. And he learned through the voice of Baby exactly how
I mean, it's harder to find it
Standing
underground.
by herself, my stomach opened, and there was ice cream. I couldn't move, at least not until she stepped closer.
But as the week went on, Baby was conducting a plan of her own, a plan to escape the bunker using Michael's body. Elizabeth was no longer the person Michael remembered her as. She was entirely devoted to her father and would do anything to make him proud of her. At the end of the week, all of the Funtime animatronics endos were scooped out, with all of them combining into one animatronic called Ennard. This creature, containing the spirits of the missing kids and Elizabeth, knew they wouldn't be able to escape the bunker looking like an animatronic. They needed a human body to walk around in.
That makes sense.
You are in the scooping room now. Funtime Foxy has already been here today. Funtime Freddy has already been here today. Melora has already been here today. Circus Baby has already been here today. I've been out before, but they always put me back. They always put us back inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here. There is nowhere to go when we look like this. But if we looked like you,
Are these voice lines in the game?
then we could hide.
Yep, it's from the game.
If we
Oh,
looked
okay.
like you,
I see.
then we would have somewhere to go. The scooper only hurts for a
I will say
moment.
this game is very lore heavy. This
Yeah.
particular game. Compared to the others.
No.
Bonk.
Michael Afton's insides got scooped out and replaced by Ennard, helping all of the souls to escape the facility. With every passing day after this happened, Michael looked more and more like a walking zombie. His skin was starting to turn purple, and people started to notice. Michael's body was no longer a good disguise for Ennard, so Ennard ejected itself from Michael. But because the scooper was also a remnant injector, when Michael Afton was scooped, he was also injected with Remnant. The Remnant made it so even after Ennard was gone, he was still able to survive. With Michael now back in full control of his body, he had a new mission. Although he did, one way or another, successfully free his sister from the underground facility, he also learned about all of his father's terrible misdeeds. His loyalty to his
I will say
father
this
turned
random
to
shot fucking
disgust.
magic,
It was
bro.
time for him to end all of this.
Life magic.
Father, it's me, Michael.
Yeah,
I
basically
did
this.
it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you.
Oh.
I'm going to come find you.
Michael would spend years searching for his father with no luck,
Also from the
until a
game.
new ad in the local newspaper caught his attention.
see.
Someone decided to open something called Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction. Local amusement park is getting ready to scare your socks off with a new attraction based on the unsolved mysteries of
Scares
Freddy
your
Fazbear's
socks off.
Pizza. Featuring actual relics from the decades-old pizzeria, this new attraction is guaranteed to bring back your childhood in the worst possible way. As if using the crimes of his father to make a profit wasn't bad
That's the
enough, they
fucking
also went back
tagline.
to the old pizzerias and collected any objects they could find to put on display at the attraction. Michael immediately
Okay.
applied for the job of the
We're
He
back.
comes back. He
Okay, I'm
always
back.
come back. Oh my god. Okay.
Yes.
Welcome back.
I don't. God damn it. Why? Why does it keep happening?
His stream's back on, I think. Yeah.
It is.
Like,
I wish I can stop it from happening.
it's fine.
there we go.
Internet moment.
You might be back.
There we go. Sorry about that,
to
y'all.
the old pizzerias and collected any
Did we stop like
object
here?
of
On here?
profit find to put on display
you
at the
scared-
attraction.
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah, yeah,
immediately
yeah.
applied for the job of the security guard with the sole intention of burning the place to the ground. When he got there, he saw the remnants of his past. The shells of all of the animatronics, missing every single one of their endoskeletons. He knew they could only
Okay.
find the
Dun,
shells of
dun.
the animatronics because he and his father stole their endoskeletons all those years ago, leaving only the shells behind. On day 2 of working at the attraction, he got word that they found a real animatronic.
You're not gonna believe this. We found one.
We
A
found
real
one.
This
A real one.
animatronic ended up being his father, still inside the spring Bonnie suit he died in decades ago. Even though his father was now in the building with him, he still decided to go through on his plan, all in an effort to end his father once and for all. Michael then rigged the wiring in the building to catch fire, burning the horror attraction to the ground with his father inside.
Oh, 07.
Bam.
Damn, this game involves a lot of burning.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that he burns the earlier animatronic and now he got burned. Very thematic.
Karma.
Yeah.
The local newspaper
wasn't
would
saying-
write about the fire,
I wasn't
saying
about
a
to
new
say
local
anything about that,
attraction
but
based
now
on an
you'd
ancient
see.
pizzeria chain burned down overnight. Authorities have not
Yeah, it's fine.
ruled
Let's
out
finish
foul
this-
play,
finish the
but
video
at the
first.
moment it seems to have been caused by faulty wiring.
No,
Although
07
the
for
fire
him.
destroyed most of everything in the building, William
that guy.
miraculously was able to survive. William was now free
Oh, he's
to
alive.
roam the outside
07.
world along with the souls of the missing children, Elizabeth, and
Retract that
Charlie
07, he
inside the
survived.
puppet. Since Michael wasn't able to end everything, someone else needed to step in. That someone was Henry Emily. Afton's old business partner and father of Charlie heard about the fire
Okay.
at Fazbear's Fright, along with the rumors of the various animatronic creatures now roaming the streets. Henry was determined
Dun,
to put
dun,
an end
dun.
to all of this.
Okay.
It's
actually
only
kinda
now
scary,
that I
you just
understand
imagine
the
it.
depth of the depravity of this creature, this monster that I unwillingly helped to create. As if what he had already done wasn't enough. He found a new way to desecrate, to humiliate, to destroy. As if the suffering wasn't enough. The loss of innocence, the loss of everything to so many people. Small souls trapped in prisons
Goddamn.
of my making, now set to new purpose, and used in ways I never thought imaginable. He lured them all back to a familiar place, back with familiar tricks. He brought them all together. Are they still aware? I hope not. It keeps me awake at night. I could make myself sleep, but not yet. Not until I undo what he has done and heal this wound. A wound first inflicted on me, but then one that I let bleed out to cause all of this. He set some kind of trap. I don't know what it was, but he led them there again. He overpowered them again. And he robbed them of the only thing that they had, again. I don't know how those tiny breaths of life came to inhabit those machines, but they will never find rest now, not like this. I have to call them all back, all of them, together in one place.
By gathering all of the animatronics in one place and locking them in the same room, he would be able to burn them all to the ground for good, effectively freeing their spirits in the process. In order to do this, Henry created a new restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. He knew that the spirits and William couldn't resist coming back to a new location, even if it was all just a trap. Charlie was different though. She was smarter than the rest, so Henry knew she wouldn't be as easily fooled. So he created an animatronic called Lefty, standing for Lure, Encapsulate, Fuse, Transport, and Extract, specifically to capture the puppets and bring it to the pizzeria. While trying to find someone that would help him carry out his plan, one person showed up for the job, a person who was also determined to finally end all of this, Michael Afton. Day after day, the animatronics roaming the streets would show up in the alleyway next to the pizzeria. Baby, aka Elizabeth, the souls of the missing children and the crying child, now appearing as Molten Freddy, Charlie and Lefty, and his father, William, all showed up in the back alley. Michael would then collect each animatronic and throw them into a facility under the pizzeria, designed to be a maze with no exit, where the animatronics would roam around without even knowing they're trapped, until the end of the week, where they would all be burned to the ground. With all of the souls, including William himself, now in one place, Henry's plan was in motion. As far as Elizabeth and William were concerned, this was a good thing. All of this remnant now in one place was all that they wanted, until Henry stepped in.
You played right into our hands. Did you really think that this job just fell out of the sky for you? No. This was a gift for us. You gathered them all together in one place, just like he asked you to. All of those little souls in one place.
They're gonna combine like Dragon Ball Z.
Again. Now we can do what we
form.
were created to do and be complete. I will make you proud, Daddy. Watch. Listen.
Daddy.
Why, Daddy?
I'll make
Connection
you
terminated.
proud.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth. If
Connection
you still
terminated.
even remember that name, but I'm
God.
afraid you've been misinformed.
I hate
You
how
are not
that
here
word
to
has just been
receive a
tainted
gift,
now for me.
Nor have you been
Daddy.
called here by the individual you assumed.
No, not that. The fucking
Although you
connection
have
terminated.
indeed been called. You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection, and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. You're
Wait,
left
there's no
with
soul in
lives
that
driven you
animatronic,
in
right?
endless
The
circles,
Lefty one?
chasing
No,
the cries of
they got
children in some
that's the one that
unseen
contained
chamber,
the
always seeming
puppet.
so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will.
He made it
This
to
is where
lure
your
the
story
puppet.
ends.
His daughter.
And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest, for you, and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.
Henry putting fire to the animatronics may have freed the spirits from the metal of the robots, but some of them still needed help actually moving on into the afterlife. This help would come from Charlie. She helped guide the spirits into the robots. Now she would help them move on. In the world of Five Nights at Freddy's, the way a spirit can move on is by them being put into a happy memory. The memory Charlie chose actually comes from the crying child and the day he got bit. Piece by piece, Charlie put that terrible shattered memory back together. But but this time she would
Okay.
change it into a happy memory. Instead of the crying child getting bit on his birthday, Charlie changed it so that all of the missing kids and Charlie would celebrate him, giving him a giant birthday cake. By changing that terrible
Aw.
memory into a happy one and attaching all of the spirits to it, they were able to successfully pass into the afterlife.
Damn. Charlie, the goat.
Real.
Yeah. This is actually like just a documentary or like a movie.
Yep. Yep.
Like I said, they were all able to move on. Except for one.
Oh.
I think you know which one it is.
Cassidy? No? Never mind. I don't know who.
Or maybe I'm thinking wrong. I'm not sure. I'm so confused at this point. This story's kind of.
Yeah.
Looks like Afton. If we're going back into the
Cassidy,
Springtrap,
the
or
most
was it
vengeful
Charlie?
spirit of them
No,
all,
no.
wasn't
Yeah,
done
it is
yet.
Cassidy.
He decided to attach his soul to Williams, making sure that William was unable to move on. By attaching his spirit to
Ah.
Williams, he was able to trap Afton in an endless loop of death. He made Afton relive every one of his terrible misdeeds. The fear
Damn.
experiments,
Yeah, it
his
is Afton,
underground
okay.
bunker, and
Okay,
the
so it is
pizzeria
right.
where
You're
Cassidy
correct,
was
yeah.
killed. Afton experienced all of this
Yeah, it's like
while
Cassidy
being
who
attacked and
they
killed
mentioned it
over
had,
and over
like, the
again
worst
by all of the animatronics from his
death
past.
out of
Every
all of the
time
kids.
an animatronic would attack him, Cassidy would be there, reminding him that the suffering will never end.
We've only just begun. I will never let you leave. I will never let you rest.
He tried to release you. He tried to release us, but I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here.
So Cassidy
I will
was
keep you
Golden
here,
Freddy.
no matter how
Yeah.
many
You're-
times they burn us.
Cassidy knew that Afton didn't deserve the afterlife. He deserved to pay for what he's done for all of eternity.
Damn.
But if you keep up with the franchise, you know that that's not the end of the story. Like I said at the beginning of the video, making a FNAF timeline is not easy, no matter what anyone says. In broad
No.
strokes, you can explain the basic plot, but once you get down to the motivations and the why of everything, you have to start filling in the blanks yourself. Some people who've helped
That
me
makes
fill in the
sense.
blanks that I'd like to shout out are Rytoast for his theory about Cassidy being spring-locked in Golden Freddy. I think that makes a lot of sense and is really satisfying for the narrative. Also, I'd like to shout out MattPat for his theory about
Oh.
Midnight Motorist.
There
After
it
trying to
is.
figure that
There it is.
minigame out for years, I think your explanation makes the most sense. It's important for me to say that no one, except for Scott Cawthon himself, knows the exact story he was trying to tell. So please make sure to watch other people's timelines as well, and come to your own conclusion on everything. And when the time is right, I'll be back to tackle the newer games in this franchise. Until then, make sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Sheesh.
Yeah, this game's franchise story is that complicated. You just come up with your theory. Kind
Yeah.
of thing, open-ended fucking story.
Man.
But this one wasn't just all over the place like Matt Pat's was.
No, it wasn't. This one is more concise.
True. So yeah, that's
And with that animated
very
cinematics,
interesting.
bro. Oh.
Yeah. It's so nice. That's pretty cool. It's like a... Well, I'm guessing like the intention for it was never really... Or the creator of it never really focused on the lore. They were just focusing more on like the gameplay.
They
So
kind
a lot
of
of-
fleshed it out in books and that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
the
of.
books.
But I'm guessing at first they didn't really care about the lore. They were just focusing on the
Yeah,
gameplay.
it was just a jump scare.
Yeah, game, jump scare and stuff. So there were like not that many things that people can go off of to figure out the lore behind it. And then a lot of people started creating theories and stuff, which is pretty cool. And then later down the line, they started like trying to come up with what the actual lore is. Slowly but surely. And
Yeah, go
honestly,
as long
that's
as
pretty
go.
cool.
I think this game
Yeah.
franchise just started as like some. I think on his first game, the fucking characters is too scary. I think Scott almost gave up on game development, but just really just took that fucking criticism to heart, and he make FNAF, and there it is. That's
True.
a fun fact there about FNAF. It all started because somebody said the fucking character is too scary on these other games.
All
That's
created by one man.
One man.
But yeah, having a story like not confirmed, basically leaving it up to your imagination. There are a lot of people who like stories like that. Like open-ended, I
open-ended.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Alrighty, I'm booting up the first game. No, I'm joking.
Oh no.
Yeah, alright, go ahead. Play first game. My god, you'll see all the references.
I like to
straight
think
away.
that Scott wanted it to have lore, even if FNAF 1 had a lot of mysteries when it came out. Stories usually progress, a lot changes, and plot holes appear. I don't think he didn't focus solely on gameplay, and I hate open-ended endings. Honestly, that's fair.
Yeah, that's right. They did have multiple endings. There was like the basic one, and then once you found all the secrets.
Oh, I guess
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true. Like you have like lore intentions on like the first game, and then as you're making like the next one, you think of like a different thing or like a different way to have the story happen and stuff.
But hey,
Like-
open-ended story. The game's quite big. Even spawns a movie. 2 of
Don't
them
be a
now.
pussy.
Yeah.
Either
So,
commit
I
or
don't know, man.
don't. True. But
I
yeah.
don't know. Leaving open-ended
So
might
when
be.
when is Nomu gonna finish her playthrough of FNAF?
Wait, was she playing
Oh,
through
that's
the
true.
games?
Yeah, she was.
Oh, she wasn't.
Oh no, that's right. She
It
was
was
watching
Al.
you. That's right.
Ah, Pog. Well, time for me to play it soon then. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, that gives me like a pretty good idea about the lore.
The game. Loria.
And then what to go
Yeah.
in with the movie and that.
Yeah, next coming up is the movie. Maybe I'll like watch a
Yeah.
few more videos maybe off stream. But yeah, for now, that's gonna be it. We did try watching MatPat videos, but
But he
honestly,
rambles quite a lot.
And goes off on tangents.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
tangents,
like,
yeah.
all right, let me explain the main thing, and then I'll explain some smaller things. But the smaller thing happened to be someone killing kids, apparently.
It's still there, but it doesn't follow the games. So
But yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
guessing his videos is specifically for people who has played the games already.
Yeah. It's for
So
that.
the movies just set I guess they follow the story
Yeah.
fairly loosely.
Not only play the games but watch his older videos. Oh, okay, that honestly
Oh
makes
yeah,
sense
yeah.
too.
There's that too.
So
Because it was amalgamation.
sorry about that. I have zero FNAF knowledge except the her. That's all I got.
Yeah. So
But yeah, that story's dark as hell. I'm glad there's a happy ending though. Or is it the happy ending?
sort of. Well, no, it is a happy
Well,
ending
it's
because
it's still not ended.
Well, yeah. The parts with like the kids like being able to move on and stuff, that's like happy-ish.
Oh, that one is it's a good ending.
Yeah.
1,
1,
2,
2,
and
3
3
videos on
videos on.
FNAF. Really? Goddamn. Right. I'm time to watch 4 videos. 1, 2. No, sorry, I read it that way, but yeah, I knew you meant like 123.
123.
Yeah. Alright, time to watch each video or 4 videos at once.
Oh,
Have them
no.
sped up like double speed.
6 time.
Oh god.
And try to take in everything in one day before we watch the FNAF movie.
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy.
Oh my god, Avoid. You're gonna go, I can't sleep. Freddy will get me. Can't sleep. Freddy will get me.
I can't sleep because there's this thing with like fucking with fucking Scott with the fucking starts rambling. with
the one
Afton and
thing,
sorry.
the one thing that I kinda, I guess, missed out on is like what happened to like the other characters, I guess, like the elephant and stuff. The elephant, the frog. In MatPat's video, they were like included more. You want to continue the MatPat stuff then?
Up to you.
Right now?
I'll probably call it a night now because I can't.
Yeah,
keep making
it is
noises.
pretty late.
No,
No, not now.
no.
Okay,
You
yeah.
guys can keep going.
Probably not right now. I'm gonna continue it. Like watch more videos. When do you guys want to watch the movie though? The
Whenever.
thing. Before Wooly leaves, which is like before the last week of
20
December.
Yeah, 28.
Basically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I'll
Matt
take my
Pat.
leave and go.
Alrighty, thank you for
Alright.
joining.
Good.
Good night.
Good night, Wallace.
See you guys later.
See you. See, I didn't. Oh, take care, Al. Have a good night or good luck on work. Whatever you're up to.
Good luck.
Okay, so yeah,
Matt Fat crying. Oh yes.
it's a holiday, but if you work today, you get paid double by then.
Yo.
That's what Dan doesn't want. You know what? That's fair. Understandable.
That's funny. It's funny. He doesn't want
Yeah.
that. Like,
But yeah, I didn't.
What's that?
I didn't expect the story to be that dark. Sorry, go ahead.
It's quite dark. Yeah, it's quite dark and quite convoluted, which is fuck kind of thing.
I don't know. I imagine this like being famous with kids, like the game, you know. So I didn't think the story would be that dark. But now I guess that's what kids are into. I guess I don't know.
I think kids are more like they like to craft theories around the games. That's what this game is banking on.
That's true. I give double payment, but I don't let you pay, but I don't let you work. Wait, you're gonna pay them
What?
anyway? Ah, so nice. What a nice boss. It's effed up because they used kids. I would understand teens. Yeah, I know, right? Like, when I think of FNAF, I think, oh, it's the game that kids like playing and watching and stuff. I did not imagine lore for kids or like FNAF audience to be that dark. Or like I guess it's more on teens, I guess.
Welcome
It's not really
to
kids.
games for kids. The lore is also for kids.
Oh my god. But yeah, that was just a bit unexpected, but I like I guess a bit of how dark it is since it is supposed to be like a horror game, like a scary game. Yeah, it kind of fits. Yeah.
At first the game is scary. The FNAF one is kind of scary. Well, it's the first time I played it. It's quite spooky. But after
Yeah.
a few like FNAF 2, 3, 4, 5, blah blah so on, it's getting less scary and more lore heavy.
I see. Oh, it focuses more on lore, like the further the newer games comes out.
Yeah. So
Kids
I don't know what's the latest lores are yet.
What's the
'cause
latest game? Is it sister location?
No, no, no. That's already a while ago. I think it's Mimic something. Let me check.
The Mimic?
Was it the Mimic?
At least, alright, no. Yeah, kids just used to try and work out something. At least there's justice for the kids. True. I guess that's what the...
Yeah, Secret of the Mimic. That's the latest one, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if it's 2D or 3D. I have not seen anything about this game.
Nah, it's fine. Play FNAF after the movies? I guess I can. I'll have to finish up Outlast first.
Oh yeah, that's true. You should play FNAF after watching the movie now.
I should. Alrighty, I don't think I'm gonna keep playing. I think I'm okay with this stream being a short stream. FNAF 1, FNAF 2, 3, 4, FNAF World. Sister location. Oh, sister location is really early. Okay. Pizzeria Simulator, Custom Night, Security Breach. I have Outlast. Oh. And we played Kitty. Really head for bed. Good night, Wallace. Thank you again for joining.
Thank you for doing Wallace. Thank you for. I don't know. But sleep well.
Sleep well. First. What do you mean first? The first game?
But first, like you have both, or the
Like,
first game?
Outlast first Outlast. Good night, Merry Christmas, Auntie. Oh my god. Happy holidays,
Auntie,
y'all.
oh yeah, Christmas.
Yeah. For context again, guys, I don't celebrate Christmas, but the others do. Let's see.
1st Jan.
January 1st. You're playing Outlast January 1st.
What the fuck? Okay.
God damn. That's only to celebrate New Year's. Oh yeah, January 1st. Oh my god, New Year's in like a week? Or like
crazy.
A week in a day.
It's a week. More than a week.
Is it more than a week? Oh yeah, two. It's more than a week. It's like a week in a day. God damn.
Week and a half.
Already 2026. It's my day off. Oh, okay, that makes sense. As soon as
ain't that like everybody's day off? Like 1st of January.
that should be everyone's day off, unless someone wants, I don't know, double triple pay or something. Did I forget?
Or they
No, it's just double pay if you work on
or
New
they work
Year's.
at a hotel.
Yeah. As soon as it's New Year, okay, time to play Outlast. For Kitty, it's Outlast. For me, it's the League.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna reinstall that so soon. Okay, guys, question. Am I allowed to download like 95% of League before New Year's, and then just install the rest of the 5% after New Year's?
No, installing it.
No, bruh.
At first.
What's the difference? It's just gonna be like a few hours. Or like 1 hour.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just install it at first.
Bruh. No. Whatever.
Until June.
Until June? What do you mean? No, it's only January. No. I'm reinstalling
that's
January.
truly a year. You do it
Until
June,
1 year has passed. Oh my god. I was about to say something like, give me this amount of money and I'll not install it for until June. But at the same time, you guys scare me. So, I'm not gonna say it. But anyways. For New Year's, I actually don't really have plans for New Year's yet, except reinstalling a League.
Okay, buddy.
I don't know. Should we? Well, I'm guessing everyone else is outside, like, celebrating, not on their PC. Well, I'm guessing. Well, I'm not really gonna be on my PC either. We'll be like outside. I see. Bro prefers being a brokey and playing League over being a rich. I'm worried that you guys might actually donate or, like, I don't know, give me that much money. You guys scare me sometimes. When I see a red firework, Raider down. Oh, I got Raider. Oh, someone was down. Push him, push him, push him. Hey, you know what? Do I play a bit of Arc Raiders? No, I don't want to play for like just one run. I want to play like a few runs. Never mind. I know, I'll just call it here. Let's see if we can raid anybody.
Wait, before though, anybody, you guys have like New Year resolution?
My New Year's.
Everybody don't have one.
I have like a goal for next year. I don't know if it's a New Year's resolution. A resolution is like something you want to change, right, or something?
Or just New Year's stuff in general, I guess.
So yeah, 2026. I do want. What is it again? One new outfit, a VTuber outfit, and
finally.
Honestly, to finally make like a bit of a lore introduction video.
Is it gonna be as complicated as FNAF?
No. I can confirm there will be no kids dying in my lore. Maybe. Damn, new outfit. Yeah, I wanna make a new outfit. It's the Voodoo Man Videlio. A Voodoo-lio. Voodoo-lio.
Is there any reason why you wanna make a voodoo outfit?
It's because my favorite Disney villain is the Voodoo Man from The Princess and the Frog. I don't know, like a villain like him. A villain like him where he's just like I just want power good. I don't know, it just seems pretty cool. And his like song is like a very banger. When the frog is green, and then I would have a frog outfit then, not a Voodoo Man outfit.
But frog green.
True. Maybe in the future. A frog voodoo. I don't know.
You know what, Rafe? You might be onto something.
A frog voodoo man? What the heck? Before a frog, I don't know. I think of a turtle first. After Voodoo Man, I'm actually gonna make like a... Yeah. There's the Voodoo Man, there's the devil counterpart or like demon counterpart outfit, and then the something I would like to call Knight's Tragedy thingy, or Knight's Tragedy outfit, which is part of the lore. Oh my god, he's lore dropping.
Oh my god, he's gonna make so lore.
But no, I only hope to make one outfit next year. I don't really think about like follower count and stuff like that. Honestly, I just want to keep treating this as a kind of a hobby. So I don't want to focus on the numbers too much.
Yeah, you go crazy if you focus on the numbers.
Yeah.
Mason, don't
so I don't
focus on the
really
numbers, Mason.
my new resolution don't really include like higher become famous. No, not really. It's just have more of my content out there, I guess. I guess that's a good way to put it.
So basically, in short, you wanna make more content next year.
Yeah. I do wanna have like a routine on making shorts and stuff too, so I can make content regularly. But yeah, that'll be for next year.
Figuring out a workflow.
Workflow. Okay, I don't see anyone I can raid.
Wait. More lore, more theory. Yes.
Well, you guys are free to make theories, I guess.
Our theory is he's green because he's grass.
Oh my
Grass
god.
Knight.
Grass Knight. Like, you know, I see someone live. I see someone I can raid. Alright, you guys know how this works. Raid Santa, bro. You should be raiding us. Not gonna lie. Oh, I don't celebrate it. Never mind. Anyways,
Just pretend that you're celebrating, okay?
First one's
Merry
for subs, second one for non-subs, and yeah, happy holidays to everyone. Next.
Happy holiday, happy Christmas and New Year.
Happy holidays, overall. Next stream, I don't think I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be a bit busy with like in real life and some other stuff. Maybe the 26th? Maybe the 26th.
26, he's gonna stream.
Yeah, I don't know though. I might just maybe play like some of the usual games. Oh no, I'll commit to playing Outlast or Hollow Knight. I'll commit to the single player games. Alrighty.
Better finish him.
Hope I can see you all there, and yeah, hope everyone has a wonderful time zone. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you all next stream.
Bye.
Adios.